Kitkatscanread. Hello everybody, my name is Katie, welcome to another video. In today's video I'm going to be doing a review on From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. As a really quick disclaimer, this is a book that I purchased myself. I read this as part of a book club that I was in, which unfortunately isn't about anymore. But this is literally about a woman who is a maiden, and maidens are chosen from the gods. She serves like the Duchess. Basically they live a very strict life. They're not allowed to have any relationships, they're not allowed to have any sort of like, you know, intimate relationships, any friendships. They pretty much just got to kind of like live their life. There's kind of like rules that they're not allowed to go by until they reach their ascension, when they are of age, and that is when things change. So yeah, not really a lot is spoken about like what happens when somebody ascends like massively, because our main character doesn't sort of like reach that. It's sort of like preparing for the ascension sort of thing. So our main character is called Poppy. She speaks it from her experience, and basically she starts off in a pub and she's kind of like there, like, you know, she's not really meant to. She sort of like wears this veil and she sort of like keeps herself hidden. Nobody is allowed to see her apart from like two people, and that's just the personal guard of her, as well as like the king, duchess sort of thing. So not a lot of people are allowed to see her, other than that she has to be veiled. So she's in this place where she shouldn't even really be, and then she meets this guy called Hawk, and he is big flirt of guy basically. So yes, big old adventure. There are these creatures, one are called like Descenders, the other one are called like something else beginning with an A. I've completely forgotten it now. Atlanteans I think it is, and they're kind of like described as in a way like vampires. Atlanteans are worse than the Descenders, and yeah, they're just kind of like people who get cursed, bitten, scratched or whatever, you know, the usual sort of things for vampires. They turn into these creatures and yeah, obviously kill people. Obviously it's mysterious as to like how they get created, as in like who creates them and everything. And one day there is this attack of the actual like castle place of these creatures. So yeah, there's this big old battle. So Poppy has been training with this guard called Victor, who is a bit like a father figure because her parents were actually murdered, and so she's not really meant to like be trained by this guy because it's not really allowed, but it's done like kind of sneakily. So yeah, she is kind of like, you know, quite a pretty kick-ass assassin in a way, because she's like trained how to, you know, use a dagger, a sword, a bow, you know, all of that sort of stuff, how to fight. She knows how to defend herself. So realistically she doesn't really need a personal guard because she knows how to do it, but at the same time she's not really, you know, she needs to have a personal guard because she's not really meant to know all that sort of stuff. So that is an adventure of Poppy trying to figure out how this attack happened, how she's going to go about her ascension, what are the truths around it, what are the lies around it, and all that sort of stuff. And so many things happen in this book, like so many twists and so many turns. Like whenever something happened, something else will literally happen in the next chapter. You were always kept on the edge of your toes. I just found, I was just like, could anything possibly happen? By the end of the book there was a twist, and I was just like, holy shit. And then like the end of the book, another twist, and I'm like, what the fuck, like how do I go about that? So I'm told the sequel's so much better, so I'm really excited about that. But my goodness, what a really good book. It's like a brilliant fantasy book that was self-published by Jennifer Armentrout. My goodness, she has done a fantastic job with this book. I don't often read fantasies, but this, I mean, I love Jennifer Armentrout's writing, I love her books, so I had no doubt that I wasn't going to like this book personally. I'm just so glad that I read it. It is a big book, it's pretty huge, pretty damn huge, it's over 600 pages. I'm a slow reader, so you know, this did take me a while to read, but I really enjoyed every time I picked it up. I was really enjoying what I was reading. So it is like a new adult sort of novel because there are some smutty scenes that are in this book. There's like one little one that's at the beginning, and then there's quite a lot like sort of like near the end. So there is some smut, some sexual terms. So just want to like give you a heads up there. So yes, it's a fantasy with a romance in it, with lies and deceit, and you know, obviously with a royalty in there as well, and vampire-like creatures. What more could you want in a book? Just so much. But yeah, it was a real big bite of a book and really enjoyed it. Totally recommend for anybody to read it. Jennifer Armentrout has just written so many books now. I can't wait to read the sequel. The third book's coming out at some point this year. I feel like it's coming out something like March or something like that. I feel like it's coming out pretty soon. So I can't wait to read the second book and then just be ready for that new release. Like, I just can't wait. But yeah, such a good book. I totally recommend for anybody to give it a read. If there's anything else that I haven't mentioned in this video, just let me know down below in the comments. If you want to ask me a question about the book, then I'll be sure to answer it for you guys. But I don't want to spoil it for you too much. I just want to give you kind of like the main gist of the story so you guys can like take up for yourselves, because sometimes on the backs of books they don't give away too much, but I just want to give you like a bit more of a storyline for you to decide more for yourselves. So if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, if you'd like to see more of my videos, I post my weekly vlogs every Tuesday, and I'm still posting videos from the previous year because it was a busy and hectic year. So unfortunately I don't have a proper schedule for like others yet, but yeah, all of my social media links down below in the description: Twitter, Instagram, Goodreads, wishlist, personal blog, all that sort of stuff, including book clubs like my own personal book club, hashtag Yearathon, the readathon, and so on and so forth. But that's it from me. Keep smiling, keep reading, and be happy. Most importantly, please stay safe. I'm always here. My DM's always open if anybody wants to talk. We're going through a really tough time at the moment, so I understand everybody's anxiety is very up there. My name is Katie, and I'll see all of you wonderful, awesome people in my next video. Bye!